Hello.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Good. You are Ellie?
Yeah, my name is Ellie. I live in Seoul, South Korea. I'm a housewife.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I'm
Very nice.
enthusiastic English learner.
Oh, I can tell. I can
hmm
tell. Very good. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I've met several people from South Korea on here.
hmm
It's been nice. Been nice.
Yeah. I have read your profile video and yeah, your thought. You are interested in politics and history, right? Yeah.
Right.
hmm I love it.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I have to be careful these days who I talk to politics about
Ah,
because
I know,
some
very
people.
that's very sensitive, but yeah, mm, I I'm interested in uh, politics and history
Yeah, me too.
of the world. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I love it. I actually teach history um,
Mhm.
in high schools. I also
Oh
have a
wow.
college. I also have a college class that I teach.
Yeah,
That I
yeah.
teach.
When I was a student too,
Hmm.
I'm in my mid 40s now. So yeah, very my high
What does your sign say?
yeah,
What does that
he
say?
wants to
Oh,
show me
wow.
his art.
Oh, that's very nice. What is
Yeah.
that? It looks like a
You want to explain
goodness gracious.
for you.
What is that? That
Can
is
you explain
nice.
for him?
That's very nice.
I I understand.
You're a very good artist.
Yeah.
Reminds me of my son. My son likes art. He likes to draw things, and he likes to make things out of clay. He likes little things out of
Uh-huh.
modeling clay.
Yeah.
And some of them he does like cartoon characters from TV shows that he watches
hmm
that are very good. I was like, wow, I couldn't have done
Yeah.
that. But yeah, okay. Well, what specific areas of history are you interested in?
Um, Nowadays, almost the student interested in Afghanistan situation, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's very.
Mhm.
I have a friend who went to Afghanistan
Mhm.
a few years ago. He worked as he was a contractor with the U.S. government.
Mhm.
He worked with he's an accountant, and he worked with a group of people that was trying to find out where a lot of the money that the U.S. was sending to Afghanistan was going,
Mhm.
and so a lot of it was going to some very surprising
Mhm.
places, unfortunately. But yeah, he has very interesting thoughts about it.
Excuse me.
But yeah, his
Yeah, they always interrupt my class.
oh yeah, yeah, that's I'm surprised my son hasn't been in here, but he'll give him time.
Mhm.
Be, hey dad. So
Because
but
when I couldn't move on my chair during I studied on Cambly because
mm,
mm, I can I need to concentrate on my class, so I couldn't
right,
move.
I understand. I before we moved, I had a little room set up um outside of in our garage
Yeah.
where I could go, and it was just me as a small room. But now I have to go into the bedroom, and occasionally people come in and out and go to the
hmm
go in and out, and um, when anyone's in the kitchen, I can hear them, so I'll
Yeah.
hear banging around, and
Oh,
I'll look to see.
if I do not have my if I do not have on my class, I
Mhm.
would I would hit them with my fries water and or plastic ruler,
Oh yeah, plastic
long
ruler.
ruler, very
Yep.
very long ruler.
Oh yeah, I know how that is.
Yeah,
Oh boy, but
because today
yeah, it's
is
funny.
Sunday, so my family is gather this area. This area is part of a living room.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
so you
So
can.
they're. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's not. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah, they're in and out all the time. Yeah, I see it.
yes.
That's like in here. You can see
Mhm.
I have my son has the TV on, and then we got
Ah, wow, Peppa Pig.
bedroom. Oh yeah, he loves Peppa Pig.
Yeah, my
He's probably
my
he's probably the
son's.
only 17. He's probably the only 17-year-old boy that likes Peppa Pig.
Wow, oh no.
Well, he has autism, so he's very much in a lot of ways still kind of a child.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he is just the sweetest kid in the world. He's uh, uh, just a really good, always been a good person. I mean, and I love him
Uh-huh.
dearly for it. I mean, he's just, I tell people all the time, he's nothing like me. I'm kind of a jerk, but
Mhm.
he's a nice person.
Yeah, I think he is naive child, right? Naive. Okay, sorry.
Oh, and I'm not. I'm just. I may be hearing wrong.
Naive, mm,
Naive.
naive, Naive, naive.
Yes, naive. Naive.
He
Yeah.
looks like naive child.
Yeah, it looks like naive.
Naive.
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
naive. Um, I was telling someone this a while ago. English is such a silly language. It really
Mhm. You please understand me because my pronunciation is sometimes so terrible.
Oh, don't no, no, you. I can understand you perfectly.
Mhm.
Your English is way better than my Korean.
Really? Okay, thank you. I'm always struggling before a Cambly lesson.
Hmm.
Strangely, my speaking does not increase after taking curriculum
Okay,
on Cambly class.
right,
And my vocabulary doesn't not increase after just having a conversation, casual
right,
conversation. So
right,
I'm always think like this. I can't do or that. I can't do this. I can't do this or that.
right,
Mhm.
right. I have found that most of the improvement that I've seen in people has come from just talking. You know, because if you
Mhm.
don't understand something, you can always stop, and say, "What is this?"
Mhm.
My sister speaks Spanish,
Uh huh.
and she learned. She worked in a Mexican restaurant,
Mhm.
and that's how she learned by talking to people.
Yeah.
Um, to the point that she's trying to get her sons to learn Spanish because their father is Mexican and he should be teaching them, but he's not. Um, but my uh, there's some Mexican places around here that
Mhm.
sell really really good food,
Yeah.
and my younger nephew, has started liking some of the things that they make, and my sister has told him. She said, "Look, um, you know, right now she goes in and orders for him and tells them what he wants in
Mhm.
Spanish. But she's told him, she said, look, you're going to have to learn how to do this on your own because, if you want it done a certain way, you're going to have to tell them and they're going to tell them in Spanish, So she's kind of forcing him to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
Of course, he's working with his uncles now, and they're all Mexican, and he's learning some Spanish words that way. Um,
Uh
some of them, some of them are inappropriate words,
huh.
but he's learning them. He's in school right now to be an electrician, and he said that sometimes they'll teach them about a tool, and he will. he will know what it is because he learned the Spanish word for it, but they'll have this as an English word, and he's, oh, that's what that's called. He said, I thought it was called this, but
Hmm.
that you realize that's a Spanish word for it. But
Yeah.
yeah, just talking like this is a good way to learn.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree with you totally because so last several days ago finally I decided to speak only just have a only just casual conversation because that's
right?
the best way than grammar class, right? Grammar
Yeah,
class.
grammar
Mhm.
classes. Yeah, that's um, well. There's so much that you can learn just by talking.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and plus with English, there's so many rules to remember.
yeah.
You spend most of the time learning, rather than speaking the language, you spend most of your time learning the rules of grammar.
Hmm.
Like, you can say this but not this, and this but not that, and this is spelled this way
Yeah,
but it's pronounced this
that
way. And
class was sometimes very boring to
yeah,
me. Mhm.
yeah, I would much rather have a class where we talked, and discussed. I was always, when I was in school, I loved classes where we could talk and discuss things.
Yeah,
I never liked classes where I just had to sit and listen because I would go to sleep,
yeah,
or I'd want to go to sleep.
yeah. This discussion is the great way to run
Mhm.
English. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
that's benefit is listening
Hmm.
English.
Listening to
English.
English. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. And it's funny, children learn it faster than adults.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've noticed that a lot too. Like when I was teaching English and
Mhm.
to children in China,
Uh-huh.
the children picked up on English real quick, um,
Wow.
and the parents would struggle. Um, and it was so funny to me
Yeah, yeah,
when
that's
my
right. Because I have likewise, I have my son, eldest son. Close the door, please. Close the door, please. My son enrolled the Kids Cambly,
Mhm,
Kids Cambly. So sometimes I sometimes I have talked with his tutor,
mhm, right,
but at the first time I couldn't send
right,
my thought so frustrated that time I was so frustrated uh, in my English.
mhm,
But recently I can share I can I can share
mhm,
my thoughts
yeah, your thoughts, yeah,
clearly. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. That's good. That's good. It's good to hear your thoughts clearly. That's a good thing.
yeah.
Um,
Even
that's
if
that's. I mean,
sorry.
I struggle to do that anyway
Yeah, even
because they're
if
so scattered.
yeah, yeah, even if my English is not perfect
Mhm,
as grammar,
mhm,
but or many many native speaker tutor
mhm.
can speak. I can understand my thought.
Yeah. Well, if I don't understand a person, I'll tell them. I'll say no. What I don't quite understand you, you know, and we'll try to figure out what it is they're trying to say. That's what I like to do anyway. Um, it's the teacher in me. I want people you know, to be understood.
Mm-hmm,
Because that's something that I've struggled with my whole life is being understood.
mm-hmm,
Um, and I want people to be understood clearly. And I want to help them do
yeah,
that. That's what I do.
mm-hmm, yeah.
But uh, but yeah, but sometimes, like I said, my own thoughts are so all over the place that. It's hard. It's hard for me to express myself clearly, and I've been speaking English my whole life.
Yeah. Fortunately, my speaking is not perfect. My speaking has lacking a lot, but my comprehension is better
Yeah.
than
Well, you're.
those.
Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I'm hearing your some of the things you're pronouncing, but I mean, I can tell that you're still learning, but I can also tell that I can also understand you, which is the point. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the whole point is to be understood.
Yes.
And if you mispronounce a couple of things, so what? As long as I can understand you, that's what matters. You
I
know.
think is this time is so hard to me, but I thought this time is turning point uh, toward the fluent English.
Yes. Yes. Well, I think you're doing very well. I mean, how long have you been speaking English?
I have been practicing English for over one year so far.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, well, I mean, you sound very like you've been speaking longer. So, I mean, I'll give you
Mhm.
that. So, um, I took French for 3 years, and
Wow.
I would say you speak English better than I speak French. Hey, ooh,
You
and of
mean
course well,
that?
all I took were classes. I didn't sit down and have conversations with people,
Mhm,
and I wish if I could do it differently, I would do
mhm,
something like this and talk to people who spoke French, and I would learn it that
mhm.
way,
Yeah.
you know. Um, but yeah, I would love to speak more languages than I do. I
Mhm,
would, I'd love to be able to do that because I think I could pronounce it pretty good.
mhm.
I think I would have easier time with pronunciation than some
Yeah.
people do. Because when I took French, I never had a problem with the pronouncing things. You know,
Mhm,
a lot of the other students in the class would have trouble pronouncing some of the words. I never
mhm.
had that problem because I could hear it and I could repeat that sound.
Yeah.
But anyway, so goodness, I'm talking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your thought is right.
I had a friend growing up whose mother was from Thailand, and she she used to say she would say that when people would call the house and ask to speak to my friend's father, she would say, "People call the house and they just talky American, so I hang up." She said they would talk too fast. She would just hang up on. You know, she just didn't understand that she still was learning English. You know, but yeah, she was a nice lady. She used to cook for us. It was good food, good stuff. Well, it was good. All
Yeah.
right.
Thomas,
Well, okay.
Thomas, close the door, please.
That's kids.
Yeah.
They're gonna be kids. All right.
Oh my.
Oh, yes. Well, you were talking about the situation in Afghanistan. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about that over here.
Mhm,
Some people are upset by it, and me, I'm like, you know, if a lot of the people that are criticizing, I say to them, you had 20 years, you could have done something. I mean, we were there 20 years, you could have done something, but you
mhm,
didn't. So shut up. And what's also they're not talking about that I think should be talked about is the Air Force took a lot of people out of there. Got a lot,
mhm.
thousands of people out of there. Even after the Taliban took over, they were
Yeah.
still landing cargo planes, filling them up with people, and getting them out of there. So I mean, I think that I don't think that gets enough credit. I think they should get some credit for that, for getting those people out of there. Um, and I mean, there was really no point. You would think we would have learned our lesson in Vietnam, but
Mm,
this is what happens when you have people that don't study history. They don't study
yeah,
history, so they don't understand. You don't do these sort of things.
yeah. Many
You
have
don't.
compared the events of recent days to the fall of Saigon, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
And there's a lot of good comparison there, because both governments were very South Vietnam's and Afghanistan's were very corrupt,
yeah,
didn't know what they were doing. Both had been trained by the Americans, had the best equipment they could get, and still couldn't fight off, you know, what was a popular revolt. And people just they don't understand that. And my friend who's been to Afghanistan, he's said a lot about what happened recently. He said, they said that he's an intelligence person, and he said that people have said it was a failure of intelligence. He said, no, it wasn't a failure of intelligence. We had been saying these things for 20 years. Nobody listened to us. You
yeah.
know, they heard what they wanted to hear and kept going. And um, he said, when he was there, um, the thing that he got from the people there was that they just wanted to be left alone. They just wanted people to just leave them, let them alone, leave them be. Let us
Yeah,
do our. If you don't like what we're doing, fine, go away, but just go away. you know.
yeah. And when I watch it on YouTube recently,
Mhm.
many rumors produce a lot in the
Yeah,
U.S. politics. Hmm.
yeah, yeah, and that's also unfortunate, because you know so much is political now that shouldn't be political. Like, okay, getting the vaccine for COVID,
Hmm.
that should be a no-brainer. That should be, yes, you do that. I was talking to my brother last night, and he and I got rather heated with him, because he was like, "Oh, I'm scared to get the vaccine because I had kidney problems a couple of years ago." And I told him, and I said, my mother-in-law lives with me. She's 90 years old.
Hmm.
All right. She has heart problems. She has kidney problems. She has lung problems. She got
Yeah.
the vaccine, got both vaccines, and did not have a problem. She was fine.
Really? Wow.
Um, so, I mean, and it was so funny. It was so funny when I took her. They had one of those drive-up places set up at one of the local churches, and she stayed in the car, and they gave her shot while she was sitting in the
Hmm.
car. She never
Hmm.
had to leave the car, and it was the military that was doing it. And this when she drove up, this man came up to do her. She said, I was so scared, because he had this like army uniform on, and he had all these tattoos up and down his arm, and she was like, you know and when he got done giving her the shot, she said, well, I didn't even feel that. And I said, he knows what he's doing.
Hmm. Wow.
So, yeah, but I mean, and I actually kind of fussed at my brother. I said, "Get the vaccine, get it. I'll sign it. It's free. You can get it anywhere. You can go to the doctor to get it. You can go to the pharmacy to get it. You
Hmm.
can get it at certain grocery stores. I mean, you can go shop for groceries, get your COVID shot, and go home."
Yeah, in South Korea, some people says you guys do not got a vaccine, do not got a vaccinate the shot because uh, some vaccine
Virus. Mhm.
virus handle your head. That rumor, yeah, that
It's all in
rumor
your
is,
head.
yeah, that rumor is spread in South Korea
Yeah,
about
I've heard that
mm,
too. I've heard
long
that too.
time. Yeah.
And see that makes me angry when I hear it because my mother died of COVID last year.
Hmm.
And I actually had someone tell me that they were like, "Oh, it's not a real thing." I said, "Oh, it's not. Well, I guess then I could just tell my mother she doesn't have to be dead now." And they're like, and I tell them that, because it does make me angry, because this is a real thing, and people really get sick. My sister got sick from it, and she's
Oh,
okay, thank goodness. But she said, "Man, you don't want COVID. You don't want that. It is not
yeah,
fun." Uh, but see, the thing is, we have this. It's kind of resurging now, but the people who are getting it are people who aren't vaccinated.
yeah.
Like
Because
90,
mhm.
99 out of 10 people who are going to the hospital, 9 out of 10 are people who have it, and 9 out of 10 people who are dying from it now
Yeah, I
don't
know.
don't have the shot. And I don't that should not be a political thing. That should just be a thing, you know,
Hmm.
like drinking water, that. And I don't understand why um, people don't.
Don't want
I
gotta.
I I can't. Well, like there's a big debate here over whether or not we should have people wearing masks in public and children wearing them at
Mhm.
school. I mean,
Yeah,
why on earth? I mean, the school I teach at, they make the children wear them,
yeah.
and the staff, we
I,
all wear them. I
yeah.
don't understand. And then people say, "Oh, well, I shouldn't have to wear one because I don't want to." Well, I don't want to wear a seatbelt to wrinkle my suit, but I wear one anyway because I want to be safe in my car.
Yeah.
And I just,
I really eager to escape this mask situation. I'm
yeah,
so
I would
frustrated
too.
to
I would too. I'm
mask.
tired of wearing a mask, but
Mhm.
I also don't want to get COVID and spread it to somebody.
Yeah, actually, my mommy, likewise, my mommy have got a vaccinated shot twice times.
Hmm.
So, but he is doing well. He is doing well.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, but
It's good to hear.
I do not got a vaccinated shot yet
Okay.
because Korean
Okay.
vaccine situation is not uh not good. That's not enough. Then
Not enough.
your country,
Oh,
yeah, not
okay.
enough. So
Yeah, and that's the thing. We've got plenty.
yeah.
And people just they don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
And countries that don't have enough vaccine, I think about places like India where they are begging for it. And I'm like, How do you not? That it's just I don't know. We have too many people who think they know more than they do about
Yeah.
things. Um, you know, I'm so grateful that my mother-in-law lives with us because my wife made her get the shot. She was,
Mm-hmm.
um, if she'd been living on her own, listening to her other family members, she probably would have got it, and she probably wouldn't be with us now. But thankfully, you know, we were able to get that for her, and she's had some family members get it that they lived, thankfully, but
Mm-hmm.
they were in not very good shape for a long time because they didn't want to get the shot. And I'm like, it makes you crazy. It just makes you
Yeah.
crazy.
Now I wanna with Corona than other country, Singapore, England, you
Hmm.
include your country.
Hmm.
Oh wow, yeah. I want to like do that.
What
Wearing
you talking
mask
about?
is so frustrated.
Yeah, it's very and it's so simple. The solution to
Mhm.
it is so simple. And that's the part that's maddening. Um, and I mean these same people that say I don't want to get the shot, they're the same ones They don't trust medicine, they don't trust science, but they run to the
Mm-hmm.
hospital when they catch COVID.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why don't you, we actually have a problem with people taking animal medicine right now
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
instead of getting the shot.
Yeah.
We are almost out of time, but it's been great
Yeah.
talking to you.
It
I had
was
a
such a
very
good
pleasant time.
conversation with you. Thank
So
you.
see you